Hey y'all, welcome back. So today we are going to recap the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but before I do that, I have a little bit of news that we need to go over first. So first thing is Celine Dion came out today in a very emotional video to explain how she has a rare neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome. It affects 1 out of 1 million people. She came out to tell us this because she had things planned for the 23-24 year that she's now had to cancel because this disorder has affected not only her body, but also her voice. So she cannot perform and give us what she would like. So all of the prayers go to Celine Dion right now. I am a huge fan of hers. I grew up listening to her music. My mother walked down the aisle to the power of love. So I am praying that she gets better soon. Next, we have news to report. Brittany Grinder is coming home. She was released from prison after 9 months. Her release was a 1-for-1 swap for convicted arms dealer Victor Bout. So welcome home, Brittany. Now, let's get into the mess that was last night. So we literally start off exactly where we ended last week. We have Jen, Meredith, and Heather. They're off talking in one area. And we have Whitney, Lisa, Angie, and Dana. Danica, I don't know. Danica, I think. Don't get me started on names, y'all. We got Whitney, Lisa, Angie, and Danica. They're all off talking on the other side. And they're all talking about each other. Finally, Jen's like, let's go down, let's party, let's get to it. So we got Jen, Meredith, and Heather. They go down and they join the others. They all just want to have a really, really, really great time. That's all that they're wanting. They all start dancing. It's a little awkward though, because Jen, of course, is just, you can feel her through the TV, like all the tension and you just feel that. Like nobody wants to feel that through their TV, Jen. You have got to deal with whatever is going on with you in a different way because your energy is all off. And if you're like me, I can kind of pick up on energies. So I'm going to give you what you're giving me. So if you're giving me a, truck off mood, I'm going to give you a truck off mood right back. If you give me a happy face and, you're talkative, I'm going to give you a happy face and I'm going to be talkative. But I'm going to give you what you're giving me. And Lisa picked up on that. And she was like, what's going on? Like, why are you got something you need to say to me? And then Jen just completely goes off on Lisa. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not a Lisa Barlow fan. She is not my favorite on this show. My favorite used to be Bad Weather, aka Whitney and Heather. They were my girls, but they're going through it this season, and Heather is on an island by her mother trucking self. Is she gonna stay there until the real Heather, please stand up? That's what I need. I need the real Heather. This what's going on right now. She needs to sit down. I don't know who this Heather is. I'm not really feeling Heather right now. I'm really not. But they're all trying to have a good time. And of course, like always, Jen ruins it. She gets physical with Lisa. Now, these girls on these house shows, they are better women than I. Because I'm telling you right now, on Potomac, if you were to throw a drink in my face and then try to hit me with a purse, I'm telling you right now, I am not going to keep my hands to myself. I am going to try to get to you. And it's not like I'm built like a linebacker, but I do have 4 brothers. So if I try to get to you, there's a good, very, very good chance that I'll get you. And if I get you, watch out because you violated me first and I have a temper on me. And knowing that I have a temper on me, I try to keep her at bay. I really do. I try to keep that side of me at bay. So, but everybody has their limit. And Jen, you should have never put your hands on Lisa. And if Lisa would have turned around and hit you, it would have been your own fault because there was no reason for you to be pushing on Lisa at all. You were in the wrong. You had no reason to yell at her. Why? Because she was checking on Angie? Girl, get out of here. You poured a drink on Angie's head and embarrassed her. She needed somebody to be on her side because you weren't, you evil, wicked witch. You're so immature, Jen. You're so immature. And as she's sitting there after she's getting physical and everything, she goes and throws the veggie tray in the ocean. Girl, what you doing throwing away food? You don't ever touch the food. Leave the food alone. What did the food do to you? See, you're just so disrespectful. Ugh. She gets on my ever-loving nerves. We got Whitney and Danica over here, y'all, and they are trying to twerk. Now, Danica looked like she might be able to do something, but Whitney, what are you trying to twerk? Girl, you are flat in the back. There is nothing there. You trying to move your clothes? Because that's all you were moving. You wasn't moving no ass because you ain't got one to move. Like, y'all are just ridiculous. And then as Lisa and Jen are screaming at each other, Heather comes and tries to break them up. She's like, you go this way, you go this way. We're not doing this right now. But Jen, you have got to stop exploding on people. Like, that's not fair. Because if somebody poured something on your head, you'd want somebody to be a friend to you and go check on you, like Lisa was doing to Angie. And Heather, you have got to stop enabling Jen's behavior. She treats you like dog poo-poo because you allow her to treat you like dog poo-poo. I'm telling you right now, there is no way on God's green earth would I be friends with somebody if they told me I look like Shrek. You just allow her to treat you any type of way. Like, that's not being a ride or die. Like, I don't understand. We need to go over what your definition of ride or die is. Because if your definition of ride or die is let this woman walk all over you, boo-boo. That is not ride or die. That is not. I'm going to tell you right now, I am there. If you are my girl, I am there for you 100%. That also means if you are in the wrong, I am there to tell you you are in the wrong. Why? Because I don't want you going out here looking like damn boo-boo the fool. And that's how you look, Jen. You look absolutely flipping crazy because you're always going off on people. Always. Everybody's confused on what started the yelling. Everybody's looking around like they like, what in the world is going on? But at the same time, they're kind of used to it because Jen is always going off. Always. She's always ruining a trip, a party, always doing something because she can't keep her mouth in check. Jen, sometimes zip it. We don't need to hear it. Just shut your flipping mouth. Shit. You get on my nerves. So everybody, once again, they split off. Yes, indeed. They got freaking Boo Boo the Fool over here, aka Heather, trying to make Jen calm down and telling her she understands. You don't understand nothing, Heather. You got everybody else in the back. You got Danica trying to figure out what happened. You have Whitney over here, and she's really, really something. Because she's talking about how they need to have a conversation about all this. And Meredith is like, well, I don't really want to listen to this because you added some extra flavor into the conversation you had with Lisa about mine and your conversation. So now you got Lisa thinking, I said more than what I said. So the fact that you think now we have to have a conversation with all of us and discuss this, no, I'm leaving. So she leaves and she goes back over to check on Jen. Now, I don't know why Heather thought it'd be cute to tell her to throw Angie's purse into the ocean. Because Jen, being the immature little child that she is, because that's exactly what Jen is. She's a child. She's like a 40-something-year-old 3-year-old. That's how she acts. She has the mentality of a 3-year-old that's constantly having tantrums because they don't get what they want. She's freaking ridiculous, man. I can't stand her. Oh my God. She irks my ever loving nerves. She really does. Heather says that she's just joking, but that's too late. Jen is on a mission. Well, she doesn't find the purse, but she finds some shoes. And she asks Heather, "Are these your shoes?" Heather says no. She asks Meredith, "Are these your shoes?" Meredith says no. So what does this immature little brat do? She throws these shoes into the ocean. Like a little 3-year-old. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't like the way this chick moves. Her energy is all off. Like she's foul. Like how old are you? You are the most immaturest one out of everybody on this cast. And here in a little bit, they're about to go all the way left on Heather, and Heather kind of deserves it. But at the same time, Jen also deserves for everyone to go left with her because she don't act right. And everybody just sits here and allows her to act like that. They don't know what's going to happen to her. She may or may not be going to prison. But if she does go to prison, which we all know that she will because she pled guilty, that's on her. That's because her grown self was out here conning grandma and grandpa. She did it to herself. The way that she's acting, the way that she moves is how Jen is. That don't fall on none of them. Y'all need to stop pretending like Jen is the saint. Like, I don't know if she got something on y'all, but y'all allow her to get away with everything. Everything. And that is not okay. I wish she would come at me the way that she be coming at some of y'all. Cause y'all straight up tripping. Like there ain't no flipping way. Nah, the producer has to tell the girls shoes are in the ocean. A producer has to tell the girls that the shoes are in the ocean. Boy, if Lisa don't stand up and go, "I hope they're not mine." Lisa, it don't matter if they're yours or not. Just get up there and start checking, girl. Just get up there. Everybody comes out. They start looking. Lo and behold, it ends up being Angie's shoes that she threw into the ocean. Okay, I think it's just a really huge coincidence that she's having an issue with Angie, and it just so happens to be her shoes that go into the ocean. And she says they cost $1,500. Y'all, I could not imagine paying $1,500 for a pair of shoes. But then again, I'm not a girly girl. I'm really not. I got 4 brothers. I'm not so much a tomboy, but I'm not really a girly girl. I'm kind of somewhat in the middle. I'll throw my hair in a ponytail every once in a while. I might throw some makeup on my face, but I mean, for the most part, I'm always makeup free. I don't like wearing makeup. I don't want to spend hours in the mirror putting on makeup. If you don't like the way I look, just don't flip and look at me because I am quite comfortable with how I look. I may not be the most gorgeous one out of the bunch, but I do believe myself to be pretty. So I don't need makeup and all this other stuff. I'm okay with how I am. There are other women out there that like to wear makeup, and that's fine. That's something that you like. Me, I just don't like it. If I do makeup, it might be some eyeshadow, some mascara, and some lip gloss. That's it. Every once in a while, I'll put some foundation on or something like that if it's a special occasion. But for the most part, I'm always makeup free because I'm just not a girly girl. So I don't understand spending $1,500 on a pair of flashy shoes when I would spend all that on like maybe my kids or something. But I'm also not rich. So I'm far from rich. I'm a server. Trust me, I'm not rich. So I can't imagine that, but that's probably something very common with them spending that kind of money. Um, they leave, and as they are going back to the house, Jen passes out. She needs to pass out. She needs to sleep all that alcohol out of her system because according to Whitney, they had been drinking champagne since 8 a.m. And by this time, it's a little after 3, close to 4 when they're on their way back to the house. But she sleeps for a good hour and a half. And then she gets up and she's talking about how she's ready. Heather FaceTimes Angie and Angie H Angie K is on the trip. Angie H was the one that was not invited. So she FaceTimes her, and they're talking about the ladies and what's happening and everything that happened. All the ladies meet up in the kitchen, and music goes off. And as soon as music goes off, Jen comes in and tells them that she has a surprise outside waiting for them. When they walk out to fire dancers, drummers, and then hula dancers. Now, I'm not even going to lie, the fire dancers in this episode was like 85% more amazing than the fire dancers that Mia had in Miami in the Real Housewives of Potomac. But at the same time, Jen is Hawaiian. She knows that culture. So, of course, hers was going to be way more authentic than Mia's. But still, I really enjoyed that. All that fire. I did. They sit down, and during the dinner, Jen decides that she wants to have some male strippers come. And they start doing their little thing. It's really awkward. Nobody's really wanting to participate with these strippers. And Lisa flat out was like, nope, I'm not doing it. Don't bring that over here. After the strippers leave, they all start to talk, and Danica starts. Well, I think it was Angie K that had asked Danica, so how was your first girls' trip? And that's what sends her off on trying to explain how she's feeling towards Jen and how Jen moves. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a friend of, I really like her because she is flat out letting Jen know, I do not like the way that you speak to people. I don't like the way that you treat people. I'm just not okay with how you are. Because if you can talk to them like that, you can talk to me like that. And it's not okay to talk to me like that. So I'm really happy that she brought this up, because she's setting boundaries like how Heather should be setting. Because I guarantee you right now, if she called Danica a Shrek, Danica would cuss her smooth out and they would be done. There wouldn't be no ride or die, because you're an idiot, because your ride or die is not going to call you freaking Shrek, Heather. You have got to wake up, girl. Is this fight with Whitney got you so confused on what a real friendship should freaking look like? Your friends should not be calling you Shrek and belittling you and making you feel bad about yourself. And your true friends would not make you try to choose between them and another friend. You got to look at how she's treating you and treat her exactly the same, but you don't. You are weak. Oh, you get on my nerves, and you used to be one of my favorites. I'm so upset with you, Heather. Oh, child. Danica throws Heather completely under the bus and flat out tells everybody, including Jen, that you said that if Jen gave you an ultimatum that you wouldn't choose Jen. And, you know, Heather tries to defend herself, but as she's defending herself, she's saying some crazy stuff, and it just got you looking at her side eye. Like, Heather, this is how you're moving? Like, it don't make no sense to me. And you trying to explain it just makes you look less than smart. But then Heather asks her, she's like, Danica, why are you so deeply invested in this? Like, explain this to me. And then the fact that Jen doesn't even remember going off on Lisa and getting physical with her just furthermore explains why, one, she needs to get her emotions in check. Two, why she should not be drinking, because when your emotions aren't in check, you're a ticking time bomb. Jen, you be sitting there and you just be ticking away. Tick, 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 tick. And when you boom on people, you boom. And sometimes you boom on the wrong person. All the energy that you have for one person comes out on somebody else. So now you have done taken. I just learned to speak today. Y'all don't be listening to me. The alcohol, the anger, they're not a good combination. They're really not. And the fact that you don't remember that you got physical with Lisa and that you were screaming at her says a lot. It really does. And you're sitting there and you're telling them that they're messed up and they're mean, which is so laughable considering you're the one who's saying it. Because you're effed up. You've been effed up for a while. And you're mean. You are a mean girl. You go off and you go all the way left on everybody. How dare you call somebody else mean? That is laughable. Lisa flat out calls Jen a liar, and it was great. Oh, it was great. And she was like, "Don't you call me a liar. Why? You lie. That is what you do throughout this whole season. You're telling everybody, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, just for you to plead guilty. You're a liar. A flippin' liar, Jen Shaw. Can't nobody stand you." She apologizes to Angie. Like, the only reason why you're apologizing right now is because you got called out. And Angie's like, I really do believe you're sorry. She's not sorry. And the fact that you think that she's really sorry is hilarious because you're going to try to let her slide after talking all this mess throughout this whole episode. You're going to sit here and let her slide because she said, I'm sorry. And in episode 2 next, she's going to be doing the exact same thing to you. And it's your fault for giving her that pass. Y'all, people will treat y'all the way you allow them to treat y'all. And y'all allow her to treat y'all like absolute shit. And not me. It would not be I. No, it would not. Nope, nope, nope. They try to get Jen to tell Heather how she's feeling. Like, she sat here and the producers are shady because the producers showed every single time Jen talked about Heather not being a good friend. And you got Lisa going, she's right here. This is the perfect opportunity. Tell her. And she starts telling her, she's like, look, I'm not okay with Angie H coming to your choir. I'm not okay with that. That hurt my feelings, especially after I sat here and I told you what her husband did. I'm not okay with that. And Heather is deflecting and she was like, so you're mad at me because Angie H came with Whitney? And Whitney's like, yo, don't bring me into this. Don't bring me into this. Like, what do I have to do with? She's like, well, I'm just trying to get the facts straight. That is not, no, that's not what she's saying. And don't bring Whitney into this, trying to deflect on yourself. Girl, the mirror is upon you. Look in, see your reflection. You are really, I don't understand you this season, and it makes me really mad. Jen's trying to tells Heather that she needs to choose. Does she want to be Jen's friend or does she want to be Angie's friend? And I think that's very childish. You are a grown woman. How dare you ask another grown woman to choose between friends? That's immature. You're immature. I can't stand you. Oh my God, Jen, you irk my nerve. But you ain't going to be on here next season because you're going to be in prison. And that's your own fault. It's your own fault. And I agree with Heather when she goes to everybody. She's like, are you friends with Angie H? Are you friends with Angie H? Are you friends with Angie H? Like, you're not coming at everybody else like that over being friends with Angie H, but you're coming at me. Jen, that is where you are in the wrong because you do not have the right to tell anybody who they can and cannot be friends with. I had people that do not like each other. I am friends with them both. You don't speak on this friend won't speak on this friend when y'all are in my presence. Don't make me choose sides because then I'm going to disengage and I ain't going to be friends with neither of y'all. And it's going to be y'all's fault, not mine. Y'all put me in the middle. I'm disengaging. Y'all can be, yeah, it's not happening like that. You don't get to tell me who I can and cannot be friends with. Nope. Nope. I'm too grown to have you, another grown woman, tell me what I can and cannot do. Bump you. It ain't happening like that, boo boo. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, I'm not. Like, that's not fair to sit there. And then for Jen to turn around and say that she only knows where Angie K stands with her is crazy to me. Like, girl, you mean Angie K, the one you fought with all day? The one that you poured the drink on? That's the only one that you know where she stands with you. Everybody else is up for debate on which side they land. Like, you're a fool, Jen Shaw. A damn boo-boo the fool. That is you. That is you. Boo-boo the fool. Like, I can't with you. Like, I do not understand all that. That just really, really confuses me. And everybody looks around like, what What? After that comment, Lisa gets up and leaves. She's like, look, I got a 10-year-old that misses me. I ain't got time for this. I'm going to leave. Heather also goes to leave. Heather tells her to go find another Heather Gay because she's out. They all get up and they start to go inside. Like, I'm just baffled about how Jen Shaw is allowed to treat these women. I am baffled by the fact that none of them are thinking that this woman is about to go to prison. They all think that, as Angie K says, she told me she was innocent and I choose to believe her. So even though she's telling you that she's innocent, are you not getting all the same things that the rest of the world is getting? Do you not see all the magazines, all the articles, all this about what she's been doing, and you choose to believe her? Y'all are all crazy. Like, I would want answers. You have got to be real with me. I want you to sit down and I want you to look me in my face and I want you to be true blue honest with me. Because the only way that I'm going to ride with you is if I know the truth. If you're sitting here and you're lying to me and I feel like you're lying to me, I'm not about to ride with you. No, it's not going down like that. Like, I'm not going to be friends with a known liar. I don't even want to be associated with you because you a conning person and you con money out of grandma and grandpa and nana and papa, everybody. You don't get to act like that and then be rewarded, Jen Shaw. You act absolutely childish. And for a woman your age, it is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. Every time I watch this show and I see you go off and I see the venom that spews out of your mouth as you talk to these women, I'm just like, how are y'all her friends? She is not y'all friend. Your friends do not speak to you like that. Mine don't. And if mine did, I would speak to them right back like that. Like, I have a very vicious mouth. And I can go back and forth with you, back and forth with you, back and forth with you if I choose to. If I disengage, we're done. If you've hit the level to where I am no longer speaking to you and it's a wrap, it's a wrap. You don't need to speak to me no more because there's nothing left to say. And some of these women need to be on that level with Jen. When she starts spewing disrespect at y'all like that, y'all need to wash your hands with her. Y'all need to stop giving her passes. Because with you giving her passes, you're allowing her to continue to act like this. And it's not cute. It's not fun to watch. Like, the first season was awkward for y'all because y'all were just coming into your own. And the breakout stars were Mary and Jen. I'm not going to lie. Those who were the breakout star, Jen was completely off her flipping rocker. And Mary said the most weirdest shit. And the whole Mary and her step grandpa thing, that was just even more of a crazy storyline. But those two were the breakout stars. And then you had Whitney and Heather combined that made bad weather. And the two of them together made good TV. This season is throwing me completely off. I don't know where to go because I don't agree with both sides. Both groups do things that I do not agree with. Both sides make excuses for Jen and her behavior. So I don't know which side I want to lean on. Do I want to lean on the Meredith and the Heather side? I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, I'm not Boo Boo the Fool, so I'm not going to go blindly in to loyalty and be loyal to you when I don't feel like you're even being loyal to me. You can't be loyal to me and talk to me the way that you talk to me. There ain't no respect there because you have to have respect to be loyal. Like, I don't understand. Like, some of y'all just move absolutely bizarre. And then you got Lisa and Heather, and you got the friend ofs that are on one side, and the friend ofs they're really coming out and they're showing themselves and they're trying to prove themselves. And Shoot, 2 out of 3 of the friend dubs I am really proud of. Angie H, you're on a whole other side. Like, I'm not even out of sight, out of mind for you. But I understand where Whitney and Lisa are coming from. Only problem is I have not liked Lisa the last 2 seasons. I do not like the fact that she had her a quote unquote hot mic moment talking about she was by herself, but in the mirror when she comes out and throws the mic, you can clearly see somebody else in there. I do not like the fact that she was like Meredith, screwed everybody in New York. I don't like that. That was real disrespectful. And Meredith was supposed to be her best friend. So if you can talk to your best friend like that like that and talk to them like they crazy, how are you going to talk to me or a maybe friend, or we're new to our friendship and I'm sitting here and I'm watching the way that you're interacting with one of your best friends, and then you start calling her pretty much the whore of Babylon. I don't know. I don't know what side to go on. I'm very, very confused. This show angers me because the blind loyalty to Jen Shaw when she is absolutely disrespectful makes absolutely no sense to me. But that's them. That's what they have to deal with. I'm glad I only have to watch an hour of that. Oh my God, I'm glad that's not my life, because I think I'd cry if I was a part of their friend circle. Like, I would want to cry. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to be your friend today. Like, not if you're going to talk to me like that. You go away. Like, I'm not down for that. I don't know. People need to learn some of y'all got a faulty picker in men, women, and in friends. I'm just saying. Shoot, some of y'all got a faulty picker, and y'all need to figure out what it is about you that attracts these type of people, because there's something about Heather that attracts Jen and lets Jen know you can treat her like this. There's something about Jen that lets Heather know that she's a real witch. But there are times when Jen can be really amazing. And that's what Heather's holding on to. Only problem is, Heather, you're having more days that are bad than you are good with Jen. And eventually you're going to have to choose. I have to choose me, because the way that you act, the way that you talk to me, that's not okay. Not only that, you're fixing to go to prison soon. You're not even going to be with me day in and day out. So why am I so worried about working on this friendship when you're about to be gone for like 14 years, girl? Because you a thief, Jen Shaw. Proven. You have pled guilty. And I think that's why deep down I'm not a Jen Shaw fan, because you're a con artist. Like, you're fixing to go to prison for stealing hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars from old people. And that's what kills me with you being on this show, talking about show me grace. You don't know what I'm going through. Well, you don't know what every person that you stole from is going through. You don't know what they're going through. They could be broke. They could be homeless. You don't know. You showed them no grace, but yet you expect all of us to show you grace. Like, oh, I can't stand you. But I'm about to go and spend some time with my kids that make me happy, because I need a whole attitude adjustment after I had to watch this show 2 to 3 times just to understand what I was watching. Because between Jen and Heather, I had the biggest headache. I was like, oh, where's the Tylenol, please? Anyway, y'all, that is my recap. Look, like my channel, I'm new to the creator world. So my videos may not be the greatest, but I am learning as I go. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm just trying. That's all I can do, and see how far I get in this YouTube world. So thank y'all. Have a great day. Bye.